Okay, now let's solve quadratic equations by factoring. So let's try an easy one where we're already given two factors like this. So we're given a binomial that's 2m plus 3 times 4m plus 3 equals 0. So what this means is that either this can be 0 or this can be 0. So there's two answers. So what you do is you just take the first monomial and you make that equal to 0. So you get 2m plus 3 equals 0. So let's solve for m. You get 2m is equal to negative 3 because we subtracted 3 to both sides. Alright, now we divide both sides by 2. So m is equal to, so these 2's cancel. So m is equal to negative 3 halves. Okay, now let's plug in for the second monomial. So we get 4m plus 3 is equal to 0. Alright, so now we solve for m, so we get 4m is equal to negative 3. Okay, because we subtract both sides by 3, then we divide both sides by 4, and m is equal to negative 3/4. So the final answer is going to be that m can either be negative 3 halves or it can be negative 3/4. Okay, let's try one where we have to we're given a quadratic and then we have to, well, turn it to two factors. We have n squared plus 7n plus 15 is equal to 5. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is that we have to make sure that this equation is equal to 0, but since we have 5 on the right side, we have to get rid of this. So if you subtract both sides by 5, okay? So 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. Then here we get n squared plus 7n, and then we can combine 15 minus 5, which is 10. Alright, so now here what we do is we try to convert this into or to a binomial. Alright, so to do that is what we do is for the n squared is that for each monomial you write an n, because when we multiply this out we should get n squared. Alright, now we have to choose the factors that can equal 7. Alright, so if you look at the factors of 10, we can do like 10 times 1, but 10 times 1, alright, 10 and 1 can never ever get us 7. Alright, so 10 minus 1 is, or 10 plus 1 can never get you 7. So let's look at the other factors of 10. How about 2 and 5? Well, I know that 5 plus 2 is equal to 7, so I think that will work. So we put a 5 here and a 2 here. Now it's a matter of putting the signs. Okay, I know that if I multiply these two numbers, 5 times 2, I have to get a positive number because it's plus 10. Alright, but I have two options. I can either make both of these positive numbers, or I can make both of these negative numbers, right? Now the way that we're going to determine this is by looking at the middle number. If you look at the middle number, it's positive 7. Alright, hypothetically, if we put this as like negatives, right? What you would get is negative 5n, alright, minus 2n. But negative 5n minus 2n is negative 7n, which does not match here. But if we make these positive, we get positive 5n plus 2n, because we multiply, remember, we multiply FOIL method, 5 times n, and then 2 times n, then we add them. Alright, so 5n plus 2n is equal to 7n. So your your binomial here is n plus 5 and n plus 2. Okay, so now let's solve for 0. So you get n plus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore n is equal to negative 5 because we subtract both sides by 5. And then we have n plus 2 is equal to 0. We subtract both sides by 2, so again n equals negative 2. So the final answer is going to be n can be negative 2 or negative 5.